Hi, I'm Jason Sterling. I'm a member of the EA Creator Network. As such, the expansion pack, Enchanted by Nature, and several other expansion packs and other packs through the past have been provided free of charge by the network. Thanks for watching. Okay, now we're going to look at a new build today. It is on a 50 by 50 lot. It's on the 50 by 50 lot in Everdew. I call this Fairyland, and as in fairy and then L-I-N. I pronounce it with a D on the end. It does not have a D on the end. This is an image of it. This is about as bright as it gets in Everdew for this lot. It does get maybe a little bit brighter, not much. This is through build mode so that everything would be green. I was building this, it was actually fall. And so a lot of stuff was dead, but I wanted to give the image of it green. In fact, as we're going through the video shots here, you'll see several dead plants because of it being fall. But I did go into build mode so it would show a springtime, fresh green type of look. In any event, we're going to come in here towards the main great room. Now, this is a dining room, a living room, and sort of a skill building area. There's a computer here. There's a bookshelf here. There is the new flower press book, that you can press flowers and make little art projects out of. That's here in this area, as well as two bathrooms. Originally, I wanted to do these little alcoves you see as sleeping areas so that there would be maybe room for a compound of fairies, like maybe 8 of them, and each alcove would be like a little sleeping alcove with a twin bed and then decorated for each fairy, right? I did end up changing that. I built 2 more typical bedrooms on the back of this lot. But originally, that was kind of the design of this main building that we're going through at the moment. But I decided just to turn it into a common space. You could still use this as a fairy compound. The 2 main bedrooms could be adjusted with like bunk beds or something to allow more sleeping space, fit more people in. Just depends on where you're headed, what you want to do with it. This is a garden area. There are pictures coming up that will show this fully bloomed out. There's like 6 lemon trees here, some sage and some basil. Those are all key ingredients that you need for the Apothecary skill, which ties into this pack. There's another garden like this one in the back, a little more hidden, that has the 3 new magical plants with this pack, the electric one and the emotional one and the balance one, right? So that's in the back, a little more hidden. You can see a lot of these buildings are kind of set low, kind of below grade a little bit. I see these fairies as wanting to be a lot closer to Earth, right? A lot closer to Earth. I kind of imagined them as maybe the fairies that would live in Sylvan Glade. Now, this would not fit in Sylvan Glade because it is too big. But that was the sort of idea in my head when I first started designing it. And I did design this in Willow Creek. I used the 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek, which is much brighter than this lot. And if I remember, I might throw in a picture or 2 from that building period where you can kind of see this in really bright light instead of, the sort of Everdew area, which I get the reason for the lighting in Everdew. I do. It's supposed to be kind of in a forested area. It's kind of hidden, kind of like a little Irish forest, I guess, right? Very heavy and shadowy, but it does look very different in a very bright, brilliant light, right? This is one of the bedrooms, of course, that we're looking at. It has 2 twin beds in it. We just came from the kitchen a minute ago. There wasn't much to say. It's a kitchen. It works. You can feed people from it. Most of the spaces in here are not huge. I didn't make them giant spaces, but the bedrooms are okay size. The kitchen's functional. It works. It's big enough. The gardens are big, right? And the common room is big. Again, with this sort of idea that it was going to be a commune, sort of fairy commune. We had these big gardening areas and a big common area. This is where the magical plants are. Again, I will put in a picture of them fully grown, because they are fully grown. So when you download this, the plants are fully grown and I think ready to be harvested. I don't think I've harvested them before I left, and I think they were all ready, or before I uploaded it, and I think they were all ready to be harvested. So you kind of get a little bit of jump there if you want on some of your apothecary building, you know, if you want to. This is my apothecary tower that we're looking at. There are 2 apothecary tables in this tower, one on the 2nd floor, one on the 3rd floor. The bottom floor is just kind of common space. I did not put stairs in any of this. Again, I don't want to take up the room that stairs require. So I did use, as you can see, ladders to get around from floor to floor. The one thing with the apothecary table, now the gardens have the harvestables that you need for that table. There are things that you will still have to either buy or acquire through foraging. I think those are the only 2 ways. Things like small animal bones and I don't remember, like 3 or 4 different things. The bones always stick in my head because I'm like, that feels weird. Like you need these small animal bones to grind up to feed somebody, you know, as part of your medicine. But that's one of the things that you cannot grow. You can't grow them. In theory, you should be able to grow them. I mentioned this on another video. Why do we not get those back when we send a chicken off to the butcher with cottage living, right? Shouldn't that be cross-pack compatibility? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. You know, I haven't put a chicken coop anywhere. And so like recently, so maybe if I put a chicken coop here in Everdew and the chicken reaches the point, you know, the natural end of the chicken's existence for meat eaters, and we send them off, maybe it would come back with not just fillets, not just white meat, but also some little, you know, small animal bones. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to check that out. I'm going to check that out at some point. Now we're coming through pretty much to the end. We're very close to the end. Going through the kind of the last of the video here. Now at the very end, I always include still shots of the build. So if you want to look at any particular part of it, each shot lasts 3 seconds and you can pause on it if you want to look at a particular detail or a particular room. I usually take several shots of each particular room. So, and the grounds, the exteriors, few shots of the grounds. So, in fact, you can see them starting here. I do some top-down shots to show the layout of this particular lot. While you're looking at these, please hit like, subscribe, and notify. More videos coming down the pike. Of course, my first gameplay video, my first true gameplay video. I did do a lot of gameplay. My sim, in fact, is the top level for the apothecary skill and almost to the top level of his career. I did both of those as part of I was doing kind of a review video with my sim, mostly, not really a review, but mostly to check and see whether or not the bugs that had been present in the alpha copy of the game had been fixed. By the time the final copy arrived a couple of weeks later, and it was mixed results. It was mixed results, which the game's already out, but during that video, my sim, I was one of the big bugs pertained to the career that was fixed. Okay, so when I played the final copy, which was early access, a couple of days before, that was fixed. Now, another big bug was the new live houseplants disappearing. That was partially fixed. So yes, in build mode, when you use the live houseplants for decoration, and you went in and put the plant inside the pot, when you switched to live mode from build mode, those plants disappeared. The pot remained, but the plant disappeared. I was testing that out. I kind of forgot about them. And all 3 of them died. All 3. Yeah. So wasted a little bit of money. Whatever. Just cheated it back. I don't care. But I do care if you hit like, subscribe, and notify. So please hit like, subscribe, and notify for more videos in the future. We're going to do a gameplay video coming up with my sim from that testing video and his family with we turned Mother Nature into a lawn ornament, and then we kind of made mischief in town. I got in some trouble. But that's okay because we resolved it. We took care of that trouble. We'll check that out later. Probably that'll be up tomorrow. This is Sunday. Probably be up tomorrow on Monday. I would like to say I could get it done today on Sunday and up on YouTube. I doubt it. I don't think I will. But it will be up by tomorrow on Monday. And until that time, thanks for watching.